On this day, 143 years ago, one of the most humiliating defeats in the history of the British Empire took place, the Battle of Island Iwana the year before. In 1878, the British had fought the Anglo-Zulu War against the Zulu Kingdom in South Africa. Despite being vastly outnumbered, the Zulus had inflicted a devastating defeat on the British at the Battle of Ice. The British commander, Lord Chelmsford, had been forced to retreat and had left behind over 1,500 dead soldiers. The British were eager for revenge and set about planning a campaign to destroy the Zulu army. They assembled a force of nearly 20,000 men, including the crack troops of the British Army, as well as contingents from its colonial rivals, the Boers and the Portuguese. Despite being outnumbered almost 4-1, the Zulus chose to engage the British in open battle. The two armies met at Island Iwana on January 1879. The British, confident in their superiority, attacked without any form of reconnaissance. Within an hour of commencing the attack, they had penetrated the Zulu lines and were in full flight. The British commander, Lieutenant General Sir Frederick Roberts, had hoped for a swift and decisive victory. But the Zulus fought with the tenacity, and the British were soon in full retreat. The British suffered heavy casualties, with one account claiming that every officer was either killed or wounded. The Zulu king Cetshwayo had hoped to end the war with this victory, but his counselors urged him to flee to avoid being captured by the British. The following day, the British discovered the abandoned Zulu camp and assumed that Cetshwayo had been killed in the battle. They had actually killed his counselors instead. The war would drag on for another 8 months before the British finally captured Cetshwayo. The Zulu kingdom was subsequently broken up and incorporated into British South Africa. So why should you care about this obscure colonial battle? First of all, it's a fascinating historical event in its own right. The Battle of Island Iwana is a classic example of a small force defeating a larger, more powerful army. It's also a cautionary tale about the dangers of underestimating your enemy. And finally, it's a reminder of the often brutal realities of colonial warfare. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more historical tales.